From Disney to deals, the pain that built Zendaya's empire. Imagine being just 13 years old, stepping onto the stage of Disney Channel, and beginning a career that would eventually make you one of the most powerful figures in entertainment. Sounds like a fairy tale, right? Well, for Zendaya, it's been more than just luck. It's been a journey marked by intense hardships, resilience, and yes, plenty of pain. From her early days in the Disney spotlight to her role as a groundbreaking fashion icon and producer, Zendaya's story is one of fierce determination and turning adversity into opportunities. Stick with us because today we're diving into From Disney to Deals, the pain, challenges, and sheer ambition that built Zendaya's empire. Early beginnings in the spotlight. Zendaya's path to stardom didn't start on a golden red carpet, it began in the humble halls of Disney Channel. He wrote, "In the pages, the saddest part of Disney Channel." At just 13, Zendaya was cast in Shake It Up, where she portrayed Rocky Blue, a role that would introduce her to millions of young viewers worldwide. But being thrust into the spotlight at such a young age comes with its own set of challenges. For one, there's the public pressure of being an immediate role model. At such an impressionable age, Zendaya had to learn quickly how to handle the spotlight while also dealing with misconceptions about who she was and what she represented. The rapid success also meant a constant juggling act between school, personal life, and her blossoming career. At times, it seemed like her life was on display 24/7, and naturally, there were moments when this became overwhelming. But Zendaya pushed through, maintaining an authenticity that would become the hallmark of her career. As she transitioned from a Disney star to a multifaceted performer, she faced the tough challenge of shaking off her Disney label and proving that she was more than just a teen sensation. But here's the thing, those early years laid the foundation for what would become her unshakable work ethic, and the lessons learned from that experience made her a force to be reckoned with. Navigating public scrutiny and stereotypes. Fast forward to Zendaya's rise to fame beyond Disney. With her breakout role in Euphoria, Zendaya became more than just a young star. She became a symbol of empowerment, complexity, and realness. But with fame comes public scrutiny. Zendaya, being a black woman in Hollywood, faced constant criticism from every corner. Whether it was her fashion choices, her weight, or even the way she presented herself in interviews, people found ways to critique her. Take, for example, the infamous Oscar dress incident. When Zendaya wore a stunning Vivienne Westwood gown at the 2015 Oscars, she was unfairly targeted by Juliana Rancic, who made a racially insensitive remark about her hair. Rather than retreat, Zendaya handled it with grace, calling out the ignorance and turning the situation into an opportunity for education. This was just one example of how Zendaya was forced to navigate a world that often tried to place her in a box. The public often struggled with the idea of seeing a young black woman succeed in a way that didn't conform to traditional Hollywood standards. Yet, time and again, Zendaya proved that she would not be defined by others' perceptions. She leveraged her voice, not just for her career, but for the larger conversation about race, identity, and representation in the media. Her response to this kind of scrutiny was often to push forward with grace, resilience, and a subtle sense of defiance. Redefining beauty standards and fashion icon status. If there's one thing that Zendaya is known for beyond her acting career, it's her bold fashion choices. But Zendaya's journey to becoming a fashion icon wasn't all smooth sailing. She faced major pushback from the fashion world and fans alike, especially early in her career. You see, in an industry where fashion often adheres to traditional beauty standards, Zendaya had to carve out her own space. From rocking a short pixie cut to defying age-old norms with her sartorial choices, Zendaya has always approached fashion as a form of self-expression rather than just following trends. Zendaya has always approached fashion as a form of self-expression rather than just following trends. A significant moment in this journey was her Met Gala appearance in 2015, where she wore a stunning Peter Dundas dress with a short bob, shaking off the sweet Disney girl image that had previously boxed her in. But with her success came the inevitable criticism of her choices. After all, a lot of the fashion world was still predominantly catered to European beauty standards. Zendaya took it all in stride, using her platform to challenge the industry's long-standing biases. Her constant championing of body positivity and diversity in fashion has not only made her a favorite on the red carpet, but has also redefined what it means to be a modern fashion icon. Whether she's wearing a full ball gown or a street-style look, Zendaya has shown that true style comes from embracing individuality. And that's something the fashion industry has finally had to reckon with. Faking boundaries with Euphoria and The Road to Spider-Man, when Zendaya signed on for the role of Rue in HBO's Euphoria, it wasn't just a career-defining moment. It was a massive leap into more challenging and vulnerable territory. Playing a complex, emotionally tortured teen addicted to drugs was far from what fans had seen her do before. In fact, many were shocked by the rawness of her portrayal, which led to both praise and criticism. The character was a sharp contrast to the upbeat, quirky personas Zendaya had been associated with in her earlier work. This shift wasn't easy. It meant being open to exploring darker, more difficult themes that often put Zendaya in very uncomfortable situations. But her commitment to the role and the importance of its message, the brutal reality of addiction, mental health, and self-destruction, has solidified her as one of the most talented and fearless actresses of her generation. As she took on projects like Spider-Man, a global blockbuster, Zendaya faced the additional challenge of balancing big-budget Hollywood films with her more artistic, boundary-pushing projects like Euphoria. But Zendaya rose to the occasion, embracing both worlds and building her career to be as diverse as her talents. Her work on both sides of the spectrum demonstrates her ability to handle fame and critical acclaim while staying true to herself and her artistic vision. The businesswoman and her expanding empire now, it's not just about acting and fashion. Zendaya has positioned herself as a serious businesswoman with a hand in multiple ventures, including film production, beauty, and endorsements. Her role as a producer on Euphoria was a massive move, showing the industry that she wasn't just a pretty face or a Disney kid, she was someone who understood the power of storytelling from the inside out. Through her production company, Zendaya is actively working on projects that align with her values, stories that are authentic, diverse, and push the envelope in terms of representation. Her involvement in beauty also speaks to her ability to recognize gaps in the market and meet the demand for products that are both inclusive and innovative. Think about it. Zendaya, as an ambassador for Lancome and Tommy Hilfiger, has leveraged her platform to not just promote beauty, but to promote the idea that beauty is about individuality and empowerment. But behind all of this, what's remarkable is the way Zendaya balances her creative passions with the business side of things. She's learned the hard way, through trial and error, how to negotiate contracts, build a brand, and stay relevant without compromising her values. In an industry that often exploits young talent, Zendaya has taken full control of her narrative, proving that intelligence, ambition, and strategy are just as important as raw talent. So, what can we learn from Zendaya's journey? From her days on Disney Channel to becoming a powerhouse businesswoman and cultural icon, Zendaya's success hasn't been handed to her. It's been earned through hard work, resilience, and unwavering authenticity. Through her pain, challenges, and sacrifices, she has built an empire that is as multifaceted as her talents. Zendaya's story shows us the importance of staying true to yourself, even when the world tries to define you, and never letting adversity stop you from reaching for the stars. If you're looking to build your own empire or simply want to find inspiration from one of the biggest icons of our generation, Zendaya's journey is a roadmap to success. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest celebrity journeys and empire-building stories. Let us know in the comments what part of Zendaya's career inspired you the most.